for the day doing some behind the scenes admin work, so I thought I would shoot the video while I was here. So we're headed into Friday, April 10th, and our warm-up today is going to be those same 10 belly breaths that we've been taking every day, so that we make sure that we set our intentions for the day and try and kind of block out the noise of the world around us. Once we've done that, we're going to head into 30 single unders. If we don't have a jump rope handy, we can do 30 jumps in place. Jumping jack is always an option, but 30 jumps in place would be just fine. From there, we're going to go to 10 shoulder rollouts. We're going to come all the way through, touching that lower back and back around. So we get a nice long stretch with our shoulders. If we've got a band, feel free to use a band as well, up to you. And then those 10 chest drops, we've got some options. We can always use a wall. So if I just place my hands, wrist, elbow, shoulder straight, and then I drop my chest through is an option. I can also use a chair or a countertop. So coming in again, trying to have that wrist, elbow, shoulder stacked, dropping the chest through so we get a nice long stretch. Would be 1, 2. So we're getting a nice stretch through the shoulders. Because we're going to go into either our shoulder stability work or our handstand program, right? Remember, we're doing one or the other, not both. So for we're doing the shoulder stability, we're going to go into 30 shoulder taps in a planked position. So wrist, elbow, shoulder stacked. You hear that all the time. From here, we're going to cross over 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to that full 30. And then we're going to drop down onto the floor to do either V-ups or tuck crunches. If we opt for the V-up, we're going to lay flat, hands overhead, heels on the ground. We're going to look to pivot at the hip to the sit bone, so coming up, touching toes and back down. If the V-up is too much, we can always bring knees into the chest and look to touch heels, but still coming back down to that straight, flat body position. If we're opting to do the handstand program today, we're working on 25 feet, walking on our hands. For some of us, probably for most of us, that's not a realistic expectation right now. So we need to work on kicking up and stepping forward. Once I have those kind of 25 feet set aside, I would then kick up. Regardless of how high my feet come, I then step forward. I would then kick up again for 25 feet, and then we're going to head back into those 10 V-ups or tuck crunches. So we're looking for 4 solid rounds, regardless of which program we choose to do. Got it? Perfect. From there, we're going to head into our equipped workout of the day, which is going to involve pistols, which is a single-legged squat. From a progression standpoint, our lowest progression that we want to try and use is a narrow stance squat. So we want to have our feet physically touching each other. From there, we're going to look to come down, having that hip crease the knee. If you think, too easy, awesome, we would then come into a staggered stance. So one foot is out front, one foot is just kind of hanging out, but giving you a little bit of balance, right? So if we're here, front foot touching, back foot, almost like an over forward weighted lunge. So again, we're going to come down, hip creasing the knee, coming back to a full stand. If you find that that is too easy, awesome, move on. The next one that we would recommend doing is coming 1 foot behind. And so I'm essentially going to use the top of my foot to pull against my Achilles. Again, getting hip to crease the knee. You can tell there's a little more balance as I stumble over with that one. So coming back here, 1, 2. You can do all of them on 1 foot, all on another foot, totally up to you. And then lastly, we want to do a full pistol, which I currently right now can't do. I'm working on it. But we have the option of coming down to a target. So I can head down, touch, stand back up, touch, stand back up. The lower the target, the more challenging that becomes. So that's kind of our progressions We're gonna do 28 in total, not 28 each leg. From there, we're gonna grab our deadlift bar, 225 for the men, 135 for the women is our suggestion. Remember guys, our pointer finger is gonna come right at the smooth and the knurling. We're going conventional deadlift. So heels underneath the hips. We're gonna look to keep a vertical shin in that bottom position. From here, I'm gonna sit back through my heels, right? We always wanna keep the weight rooted back. That full standing position, avoiding a lean through the back or shrug up with the shoulder. To get it back down, we wanna think good morning, right? We're doing a lot of good mornings lately. Hips back, chest forward. We wanna wait till we get to that kneecap. We then hinge at the hip to get the bar back down to the floor. So 28 pistols, 14 deadlifts, 4 rounds. Now, I have my handy dandy folding chair out so that we can talk about the unequipped or other equipped option, which is going to be 28 weighted step-ups. In this case, I've got a set of dumbbells. Several of you have homemade sandbags or kettlebells at home. Feel free to use those for your step-up as well. I have just a folding chair here. Dining room chairs work great. I've heard some people say their living room tables are sturdy enough for this. With this step-up, ideally what we're looking for from a height standpoint is having that hip crease at or below the knee. If that's too much, certainly take that height down. But we're gonna look to fully extend all the way through one leg before the opposite leg comes together or to kind of meet. Right, stepping up and through. For 28 total reps, we're then gonna go into our 14 deadlift. In this case, I've got my dumbbells, so I'm gonna come down and do 14 deadlifts with my dumbbells before I then take 30 lateral hops. I'm just gonna go over a line. So I would come 1, 2, 3, 4. To get to those 30 lateral hops, 14-minute AMRAP. In, out, sweet, get your work done. Our finisher, 100 good mornings. I can either use, right, PVC pipe, a broom, a band, but anytime we're doing sets of 100, we wanna make sure that we are doing light weight. So we're really just getting our body through that range of motion. You can even do them completely unloaded. So if I just come in kind of hands on chest, I can then do a good morning without any weight. Again, we're just trying to get blood flow through the hips. So that's your torture for today. We'll have one nice long one for tomorrow, and then Sunday is our rest day. So again, if you need anything, let me know, and if not, have fun.